I sacrificed my human dignity for that thumbnail, so you guys better be grateful. We just got a new album from Ice Spice. It's called Y2K, because she really leans into that Y2K style. Anyways, before I start, I want to talk about Ice Spice herself because low key, I liked her music back in last year. A Like EP is a good EP. I actually revisited it yesterday to make sure I wasn't like tripping after I first listened to this, and I'm not. I enjoyed it. It's very like cutesy and fun. In Hamoud, I really enjoy acting a smoochie, and then some funny sample flips with Bikini Bottom. There's some enjoyable stuff to have there. And now we got a full length album for My Spice, and I will say I was not looking forward to this one. So basically, this album starts like not great, and it just descends. So for the first track, Fat Butt. Yes, that's the track name. It's called Fat Butt. Her rapping in the first verse isn't actually bad and the beat isn't bad. This is like the most bearable Riot Ice Spice collab that you could possibly get in 2024. It's not like anything groundbreaking or interesting from Ice Spice, however. I feel like she's definitely had better songs in the past that do a very similar style of this one. But on this song, the chorus is also very bad. This is also a preview that this album is not going to be like her usual thing of, I guess, more cutesy drill, like New York drill. This is going to be something different. It's going to be more trap oriented. She's going to try and sound tough. And on this song, she also flexes her Grammys, which is none, but she does have 4 nominations. Let's quickly look up what those are. So, Ice Spice Grammy nominations are Best Song Written for Visual Media, Barbie World. That basically means Mickey Layup Grammy nomination because it's a song for a movie, and this was like one of the biggest songs of last year. This is an easy award. Then you have Best Pop Duo for Karma. You're collaborating with Taylor Swift. This is a layup of a Grammy, especially since Taylor gets gassed at the Grammys for no reason. Best New Artist, which I guess I'd say that's like the first real nomination we've had. Maybe she should have won it. She also was nominated for Best Rap Song, period, which I have nothing to say about that. I don't think Barbie World even comes in like top 100 rap songs from last year. Don't ask me to name 100. I couldn't. Now that I'm done with that tangent, the next song is Oh Shh with Travis Scott. On the start of the song isn't very good. It's the chorus, and the chorus is an absolute slog on this song. It's just so slow, and I don't know why it takes so long. And the beat on the chorus carries it. She also rhymes on the chorus the words dance and thong, which if you are fluent in English, you realize that those two words do not rhyme. Also, her punching is far too slow on this song. The beat is pretty good. I'd say it's especially good on Travis's verse, but she fumbles it somewhat with her punching. I think Travis's verse carries the song because, I don't know, he adds a lot with his ad-libs, and the production is so much better on that part. I don't know why Riot decided to give Travis Scott the better produced part. This is the Ice Spice album. That's about it for the good songs until much later. Popa is the next song where Ice Spice decides, drill? Punching, my usual style of rap, I'm going to abandon that and opt for the most boring like trap. Kind of sounds like Future, but it's not very good. People who try to imitate Future don't do a good job. Her enunciation at the end of the rhymes also sounds silly and stupid on this song. It's very forced, and also the beat is very loud with fanfare. It kind of feels like, and also has this weird alien sound, like the aliens have come down to Earth, but this like march is going on with the fanfare. But it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, it feels very disjointed. And also on the second verse, her rapping is genuinely horrible. It sounds like a demo recording. I don't even know if she was attempting to try anything on this. It was really bad. Next track is with Gunna, Bitch I'm Packin'. Her enunciation on this song is an atrocity. She like moans out her bars. It's really bad. I don't want to hear anyone moaning out their bars. I don't want to hear Kendrick moaning out his bar. It's very unpleasant to listen to. You would not want to. It also feels like Riot is dabbling more into like rage mixed with drill, which he kind of expands upon throughout the album, but it's just not a very good style for him. Riot's production progressively gets worse throughout this album. Anyhow, Gunna's verse is an atrocity on this song. It's not outright bad, but it's not good. It's the most boring and neutral, pointless verse ever made. There's nothing special about this verse. This is the most forgettable verse of all time. The next song is Plenty Sun. Now, do you remember that alien fanfare thing I was talking about earlier? It's basically the same exact beat. If you like side by sided these two songs, they would sound exactly the same beat wise. Riot has just completely given up trying anything new at this point, and it's an atrocity. Ice Spice is also back to doing the more whispery like trap stuff. So this is just like Popa reduxed. Popa's not good, so it's just shit. The only thing I can say good about this song is it kind of gets my head bopping a little, but that's it. There's nothing good about it. And also she repeats the, like, diamonds look ridiculous 5 times or something. We don't need that 5 times. End of the chorus, please. Next song, Did It First with Central C, is the best song on the album. I would say it's the best song because Ice Spice is back to like her usual style of rapping and punching the bars in, and Central C's verse is also very good. And the production from Riot's side, he actually uses the sample pretty well with the no. It's back to like the cutesy Ice Spice style that you would want to hear. However, like the gun cock sound effect, like does not sound good. It's completely pointless and kind of takes away from the aesthetic of the song. There's not much else to say. Central C's verse is good. Ice Spice's verse is passable. This is arguably the worst 4-track run in the history of music. It starts off with BB Belt, which has Riot's most boring beat yet. Nothing is going on this beat. He doesn't even try to just put together a basic drill beat that you might hear on YouTube, like an Ice Spice type beat. He just does nothing. It is the most nothing song ever. There's a weird spooky sound effect in the back that sounds absolutely horrible. There's this weird little squeak that sounds like something off of Sticky from Drake, that sample flip, but it's not that. It's just terrible. Riot has committed a terrorist act with this production, and Ice Spice doesn't do anything to remedy it as well. Her rapping is bleh. She also says this, bitches switching, but they wasn't trans. Really? This is the greatest lyric you can think of at the moment. Then you get to, I'd say, the source of the toxin. You know in Stranger Things when they travel to the upside down to try and like kill everything at its source? I think that happens. Anyways, this is that song. Thank You the Shit. Fart. This is, I'd say, the moment where Ice Spice has decided I'm going to give up on being at all enjoyable and just go off a cliff. It's like an abandonment of her old style. She goes like into this more aggressive, angry rapping that you see throughout this whole album. And the beat on this is also horrible. You can really tell Riot is falling off. It kind of sounds like an Animal Crossing drill type beat. It's really quite horrible. And for a 2-minute song, Fart is a drag. At this point in the album, you have heard everything Ice Spice and Riot have to offer. These last 2 tracks are basically the same. Give Me the Light and TTYL. Ice Spice goes back to her like more amateur style of rapping that you would hear on her very early singles, where she's yelling, except she doesn't really try to control her aggressiveness and her yelling. Listening to these songs is annoying. I want her to shut up. This song has a sample usage, except the sample usage is horrible. I don't know why they bothered getting the sample cleared if they were going to do nothing with it, nothing interesting at all. With the sample from SpongeBob for Bikini Bottom, I felt like that's at least fun. It's funny. It's SpongeBob. It's this is just sample drill for the hell of being sample drill. Not interesting. And then TTYL, one of the most uninspired songs of the entire year. It's the same sort of yelling from Ice Spice. The production is so uninspired. Listening to this song feels like you're listening to a drill type beat looked up on YouTube. It could possibly be AI generated. That's just how boring and basic and derivative it is. There's nothing interesting about this beat. I can't even make fun of like goofy, spooky sound effects or the I don't know why Riot thought this would work. And again, Ice Spice can't really control her more aggressive style on this song. My overall thoughts on this album. I can't say I'm disappointed because I really didn't expect Ice Spice to drop a good album this time. I can say that this is not a good listen. Riot has run his course. Ice Spice doesn't really seem to know what she's doing right now other than making really boring songs. There's nothing new she's offering to the table, and when she does try to offer something quote unquote new with like her whispery rapping, it's bad. I will say there are some enjoyable moments. At least I can bop my head to some of these songs, but if I'm giving this a rating, it's a 2. It's a big fat stinking 2. There's nothing else I can say.